Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be doing a flip through of all of my November after the pen spreads. I'll be sharing with you guys my current planner setup along with all of the completed spreads for the 4 out of the 5 planners that I keep in here currently. So if that sounds good, let's get started. First thing I want to mention is that there is a live chat going if this is your first time joining in. So if you have access, go ahead and jump in on the chat. We'd love to hear from you. Great place to drop in some questions that you want to have answered as we go through. I'll be checking it periodically as I move through the planner, looking for any questions or concerns that you may have. And I will hopefully be able to respond immediately to that while we're in the moment here. Thank you to everybody who's already jumped in. I can see you guys saying hello and saying where you're tuning in from. I really appreciate it. Thank you again for joining me today. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Sunday. One other thing I'll mention before we get started, had a little bit of an allergy reaction in my lungs like about an hour ago. It's still lingering a little bit, so hopefully I won't have to cough too much, but yeah, just keep that in mind. I may have to take a few cough breaks here and there during this video. Okay, let's just go ahead and jump right in. Again, if you have any questions, please drop those in the chat, but we'll start off with my overall planner and how it's set up. So the way that I plan, I Frankenplan. It means different things to different people, but for me, it means to combine different planners together into one planner and basically customize it to my own needs. I do use inserts from my Etsy shop for most, if not all, of the planners that you're going to see here. I should have them linked down below in the description, so if there's a layout you see that you're interested in, check the description, see if you can find the link to it directly to my site, to my shop. But if you don't find it, excuse me, sorry. If you don't find it, go ahead and leave me a comment or jump in the chat if you have the ability, and I can hopefully get you some information about it or get back to you on it. Okay, so yeah, so I Frankenplan, and like I said, I have actually 5 planners in here along with some other sections, but the main sections here, we're going to go through everything but my budget planner. Oh goodness, this is going to be a challenge. Okay, I just did a quick check in the chat. Looks like we're good on questions. So let's start with the cover. I just made this in my holiday refresh video. It's a DIY cover where I printed some vellum with this freebie that I gave away last year. So that is free if you want to recreate this. Also, too, I used some, what is this, cardstock? Yeah, some cardstock from a paper pack I got last year from Michael's for the kind of backer, and I really love this vibe that I've got going on here. Even with the black discs, I feel like it all works well together, that kind of like farmhousey, snowy Christmas feel, so I'm digging this look. I also have my pen loop. I use friction pens mainly for all of my planning just because they can be erased. I make a lot of mistakes, so I just thought I'd mention that. Friction pens are my go-to pen. If you are struggling with keeping your planner clean and neat and do lots of crossouts, highly recommend looking into friction pens. Okay, so at the front here I have a sticky dash that again was a DIY. I used an acetate from a Plannything from last year's collection along with some stickies from my stash, and then backed it up with another sheet of cardstock that I had. So now we're getting into the main sections of my planner. I have 6 dividers on the side. The dividers we'll go through are really quickly the inbox section here at the front, and I'll just go through it like that. So I have a divider that or a dashboard that I made with that holiday refresh video that I just posted maybe a week or 2 ago. And then we get into the inbox, which is a printable from my shop. I use the Getting Things Done method from David Allen and use the inserts, kind of pick and choose which ones I need, and have this up here at the front. It's mainly like a brain dump for me because a lot of times things that'll come up are kind of urgent, and so I'll just go ahead and put them in the scheduling side of my planner. But if it's something that doesn't really need to be addressed right away or I don't have a time frame for, that's usually where I'll start, and I'll put it here in the inbox so I don't forget about it. So I have some sheets in there. I also have my goals section, which I completely DIY'd with some dot grid paper and some stickers. I have my cover and then my vision board and then my quarterly goals, which I do set up if you want to see more about how I'm actually goal setting. I do have a video series about it. I've done it pretty much the same way the last 2 years, and then I did it a little bit differently in years before, but that is my goal section. Again, if you want some information, there is a playlist and I can direct you to it. Let's see, I have sorry. I have my productivity section, which again I have another dashboard for. And in here I have my Kanban board, which I really tried to work the first quarter of the year, and then it's kind of been really hard to get back to it to complete my project, but it's there waiting for me. I also have a monthly cleaning schedule that I made and laminated so I could reuse it month after month. And then also have some yearly stuff here on the back, which again, I can use year after year. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the main part of my planner that we're gonna be talking about today, which is my schedule section. So let me make sure everything's all centered up here. Okay, again, I have another dashboard that I DIY'd. And at the very front right now, I have my holiday planner. This isn't normally in here, and we're not going to really flip through it because it does have some information in there that's still time sensitive, like gift ideas, things like that. So yeah, I'm not going to go into it too much, but I do have a setup video if you want to see a little bit more about this section and this planner in general. Again, something from my shop, so if you are looking for a holiday planner, do check the description below, and that should link you to this planner itself. But I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead. We're just going to jump to the next main section, which is my yearly section. This yearly section, I have a basic year at a glance, the front, and then I have my future log, which I love having this setup. So I did do a setup video on how I'm using it, color coding it and everything at the beginning of 2023. I'm pretty confident that I'll be doing the exact same thing in 2024. So if you're looking for ideas for 2024, you might want to check that video. But basically, it's a really great way to kind of future plan without having anything really kind of being too rigid as far as what you can put in and what, slots. Like I used to have a perpetual calendar or one of those ones where you have a day per line, and that just didn't work out that well. But this worked out great. So I'm going to definitely continue that into 2024, I think. So I have my future log up here in the front, and then we get into the first planner we're going to go through, which is my faith planner. Okay, so my faith planner is a quadrant layout. I'm going to stop saying in my shop. It's a quadrant layout. It's from my shop unless I say otherwise. And I have a monthly overview, which will show right now, or a monthly layout at the very front. Some things about my faith planner. I set up the entire month at once in the same theme. Just take some ease off of my, or take some burden off of my planning each week, because if I had to do each week for all of the different planners, it would be a little bit much. So I only plan or decorate, if you will, weekly in my health and daily planners, and kind of my hourly, but you'll see that's much more functional. So this one I do just all at once at the beginning of the month, and that just saves me so much time and, like, I don't know, just puts ease in my mind that it's done and ready to go. I use the monthly right now for putting in what I call the takeaway, or basically a snippet application from my daily Bible reading. I'm not a big journaler, so this is just the right amount of, Bible study that I'm able to commit to without it feeling like a burden, but also I feel like I get a lot out of it as well. So it's something I will definitely want to keep going forward. I also write in the verses that I actually read that day so I can kind of know what this snippet is in relation to if I ever want to do more research. And we'll talk about the theme a little bit as we go through. The next spread that you're seeing here is my faith overview layout. And this is a really awesome layout, I feel like, for my faith planner. Gives me a spot to put a prayer list over here. I've got my habits that I track, which are basically my morning routine things, which is my morning prayer, my morning, Bible reading, the lettering, which you're going to see in a sec, and that takeaway or the summary of what I read. So I track that, and I had a very good month, no missed days, which was great. I also will find a verse usually just after I end up setting up the theme for the month that correlates with whatever I did for the theme. So I picked out that verse and lettered that in. I also have this little spiritual currently questionnaire kind of thing here on the layout, which I fill out as I go. So overall, it's just been a real blessing to have this overview. It's definitely kept me on track with my faith, every day. Okay, so the theme I ended up doing was this kind of soft woodland theme. I thought it would be perfect for November, kind of late fall, but also have some really nice color to kind of brighten it up. I letter, like I said, the verse of the day every day. This is how I've been using my weeklies. It's a little bit of a way for me to practice lettering, which is something I've wanted to do over the years. So I've definitely built up to this level of lettering, even though I still feel like I've got a lot to learn as far as getting the muscle memory and control. It's definitely better than when I started, and I'm pretty proud of where I am now. But as far as like drills and really being very confident with my lettering, I think I could still improve. But this has all been self-taught. I haven't done anything that's real formalized, so it's just me practicing every day and getting better and better as I went through. So that was the first spread. Let's talk a little bit more on the second spread. Here, as you can see, I used one color plus black for the entire month, actually. Sometimes I have two colors or another color to mix in, but I like having this one color effect, honestly. I feel like my best spreads are simpler. The more color I introduce, sometimes the more busy things look and the less I tend to like things. So this one was a really good month. I felt confident in most of my lettering choices, and then the color wasn't distracting from what I was trying to do. So it was really good. I also have a video series talking about how I approach Bible lettering. So again, if you're new to my channel, do check out that video. Or there's multiple videos. There's actually I think 3 videos in total, but check out that play series. What is it called? Playlist. Okay, we're getting there. But yeah, I have one. So if you want to know more about it, it's on my channel. Yeah. All right. Okay, so this is the second week. Here is the third week. What else can I say? So I do like to, like I said, set everything up at once. So there is a plan with me video for each of the months of the year. My faith plan with me, showing you how I did set up this month. If you want to see, more about the actual decor and the mixed media and how everything went together. Really liked the way this week looked. Very happy with the styling. Like I said, pretty much all month I was pretty happy with the styling of my lettering each day. And then I think we got 2. Yeah, so this is the 4th week. Another one that was pretty good. I had one here, this verse, I remember that I wanted to write in more of the verse, but it was looking too busy, so I kind of dialed it back and just kind of kept it simple. And like I said, keeping it simple definitely made things a lot better, I think, in the end. So that's how it turned out. Another cute one, I thought. And then I think this is the last week. Yeah, I just finished this guy up this morning. So my Faith Planner is the only one that's ready to be moved out and migrated to its individual planner. All the other ones, we're still in this last Sunday, which I have things that I need to complete before I move it out. But I'll go ahead and show you guys how I go about my monthly migration. So basically, there's this week. Oh, let me show you the back really quick before I move on. I always design the back, even though I don't really do anything with the back page at this time, but it's all ready to go and all in that same theme. So like I said, I like to take it, I'll pull it out, and then I'll put in the new month, depending on, you know, what time frame we're in. So December's already in, because obviously we're in December. And then I'll put November back into its planner. So I have each of those 5 planners with their own individual planners, and this is just where I house the entire year in one place. So drop this in. At the back of this Faith Planner, I have a lot of like older Bible studies or inserts I created for my Faith Planner in the past. So that's just kind of where I keep all that stuff. But the rest of this is all from earlier this year. And yeah, I'll do a flip through probably sometime in January of the entire planner if you just kind of want to see Faith Planner ideas. But yeah, so that's the process. And now we are back to the my catch-all Frankenplanner here. So like I said, December's already in. I have my top tabs already set for the, you know, navigating through my planner each morning. That's again something that I talk about in a video that I just did recently. I did it all about basically how I organize these sections and navigate my planner on a monthly, daily basis, depending on, you know, what I need to access. Let me get to where I need to go now. So I'm going to jump ahead to the next planner, which is my health planner. If I can get there. Yeah, okay, here we go. All right. Again, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and feel free to drop those in the chat. Otherwise, we'll just move right along. So next we have my health planner. And so I have my monthly layout again for the start of this. I don't do any plan with me's on my health monthly pages, the ones that are set up, you know, just for the month. I don't really do a very good job, honestly, of decorating these. I just throw down some stickers and hope for the best. I'm usually not that happy with the way these look. Occasionally I'll come up with a good theme, but usually it's just using stickers to use stickers. That's kind of what happened here. I was thinking Thanksgiving and I had these like washi tape stickers in my stash, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll make like a kind of cooking kitchen thing going along with my health and wellness, nutrition. And it came out okay, but yeah, I wasn't in love. But I did like this color. It was a Tombow color that I pulled out and kind of, I think I got it from this, yeah, this refrigerator looking sticker thing, and brought that in. So I did like the color. I just didn't really like the, I don't know, the vibe. It's also a really messy style. This is something I'm really looking to change in 2024, and I'm still working out the logistics of how I want this to look for 2024. I think I'm going to steer away from this monthly overview and doing something a little bit different, but I'm really struggling, honestly, with how I want it to look. So hopefully I'll get it together and be able to do a lineup for you guys in the next week or so, but it's been hard. It's been hard for real. Okay, so how I use this layout currently, I usually put near the top some kind of notation about my chronic issues, what's going on with me that day, if it's something important or something notable. I'll also put in if I did a workout kind of in the middle, and if, you know, well, and I'll also put in my fasting hours. So I've been doing 1 meal a day fasting for the most part since April, I think. And it's been going pretty well. I have certain days where I feel like I need something later at night. So usually I'll eat around lunchtime, a little bit later lunch, like 3 or 4, and that will carry me through. But some days, usually when I have a really hard workout, I'll get kind of hungry late at night, like 10 or 11. And so sometimes I can hold, but sometimes I can't, or I just feel like I need to eat something. So I just listen to my body and do what I feel like I need to do for the day. So it's not very consistent as far as every day at the same time. But I have been doing really well as far as when I stick to that, one meal a day, like a 2-hour eating window, I do feel better. And I also notice that my chronic issues feel like they're not quite as agitated, which is kind of why I started doing it in the first place. One, of course, weight loss. I'm at that age where weight just doesn't want to come off, but also two, it's supposed to trigger some, immune response in your body to help your body clean itself up. And so I think that really helps. Of course, there's a siren right now, so hopefully you guys aren't picking that up. Anyway, long story short, it is related to my health in that sense. So I have been tracking it and just kind of getting a feel for, how I'm doing and how many hours I fast each day. So that's my monthly. And then I have another layout, which is my health overview layout, very similar to my faith, but a health focus. And I, of course, track some habits in the sidebar. I put in some health goals, but honestly, these don't really motivate me that much. I will glance at them, but they're not really anything that I feel like is a perpetual reminder for me to do something about it. You know what I mean? So they're there, but they're not really doing much what I need them to do as far as goals. I also have these bonus points, which I started doing a couple months ago after a suggestion from one of my viewers came in talking about just noting small wins, and I thought that was a really good idea because I was really struggling at that time. So I kind of came up with this bonus points thing, and I had a list of the things I would count as bonus points. I think I need to put this on its own separate insert so I can move it from month to month, because rewriting it every month has become a chore. So I'll probably be making an insert for that. But yeah, so I have these bonus points. I really like them. I think it just kind of reminds me to do something. It doesn't have to be like full blown, just do a little something to get me over, that not wanting to do anything kind of thing, specifically with like workouts, because I'll get in a groove or a flow work-wise, and then I'll just eat up time that I should be taking to do a workout. So even if I like get up and just do a quick arm, biceps or something to just put some, not energy, but you know what I mean, like get my body moving, it really helps get me over that, like, I don't really want to do this, and pushes me to maybe even go a little bit further and actually do the full workout. So I really like that. Also too, nutrition-wise, just healthier habits. So I really like that. On this side, we have covered up my weight at the beginning of the month, along with my measurements. So we'll just keep those secret. But then we have my health stats, which I get basically all of these stats from my Apple Watch, and then I transfer them here. I use an app called Health View, no space, and that is a really easy way for me to kind of get these monthly totals and daily averages. I feel like the Apple Health app really isn't very user-friendly in that regard, so I have another app for that, but it's good to compare and see how I was doing from the previous month. Although, again, it's something else I'm looking into for 2024, because I think I want to see it on even a bigger scale or like an annual scale. So we may be changing the format a little bit there. And then finally down here at the bottom, I have my like health review each month. So I kind of like assess where I'm at and what I want to do for the next month. So the weeklies that I use are lined top box weeklies from my shop. I added this habit tracker to each of them throughout the entire year just because I did not want to have to add a sticker for this. So I did this customization, but the remaining portion of the design is standard. So if you don't need a habit tracker, you can just buy this off the shelf in my shop. This theme, which theme was this? This was like, so this was, I think, Halloween, which I don't do Halloween, but I do, know that it's like, it's popular. So I was thinking, how can I kind of do something relatable? And so I did like a pumpkin patch at night. So I kind of did like a cloudy, overcast night up here, used some stickers from the Happy Planner, and then I did like almost like a pumpkin patch farm feel down here. I track certain things on each of these spreads. I do my workouts, I do my food log, I will put, if I have a bonus point, what I did, and then my stats, my daily stats, again from my Apple Watch. So that's how I use my health and health planner. Again, I still like all this information, so this next year shouldn't change, but it's something that I may tweak. I'm not sure yet. Really, really loved this one. This one was a like self-care style spread. I had this random sheet of stickers in one of the Happy Planner books that didn't quite fit with the entire book. I want to say maybe Bright Travels was the sticker book, but I really liked the styling. So I thought I would just do like a self-care wellness thing. Love the colors, really soothing looking, and just, you know, kind of bright and a nice break from all of the fall spreads that I was doing. So that's how this one turned out. Again, really loved the vibes on this one. Next we have the, well, I guess this one was kind of one I did, maybe, I was trying to remember if I did a plan with me on this one. I can't remember, but this one had like, you know, more blue vibes. Again, I think I was just really liking that soothing tonal that I had from the previous week. So I kind of went with the same thing, just had some florals, steering away from the fall colors because I'd been doing fall since the first week of September, basically. This is how this one turned out. And again, I really liked it. Very simple, but clean and easy to look at, you know, like kind of easy on the eyes. This one was kind of the opposite of easy on the eyes, but I really liked it. This one was a transitional spread going from like Thanksgiving into the holidays, or fall into, you know, holiday season. This one I used Plan a Thing sticker book. I want to say maybe the holiday season is the name of it, maybe. And just had some fun with it. Maybe this one was one I didn't do. I can't remember now which ones I had Plan With Me's on or not. But anyway, I just had some fun layering up some washi tape. I added a little bit of a stroke of lines to kind of guide you through the transition. And then, you know, just kind of kept that rainbow colory vibe going, which I think really helped brighten things up and make it a little bit more fun to be in. Yeah, but basically everything that I track is the same, so it's not much else to you know, take note of. And then this is the week that we're currently in. I'll go ahead and pull out this dashboard. So a note about this week. I got to Friday and then realized I didn't put any stat stickers in. I think I did this one for sure without a plan with me, and I just kind of like did it really quick. And I was like, oh, I haven't been tracking my stats this whole week. And so then I had to make an adjustment, and it was just I should have used some, what do you call it, undo, but I didn't. I was just too lazy to go get up and get it. And so I started cutting the stickers. It kind of got like a little bit messy up right in here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's a little bit of a hot mess right here. But I got the stat stickers in, and I was able to maintain the color scheme that I was doing. This, again, kind of like a rainbow effect. These stickers are from the Happy Planner, I think Woodland Seasons, and it was a quick one, so I was just throwing things down, so I had something for the week ready to go. But this one I thought turned out cute, aside from the redo right here. And I actually put in the time frames of when I did my eating so that I would have a little bit better sense of how things went throughout the week, which was kind of nice that these banners were there. So that's how I used them, and I still need to fill out Sunday, so again, this will stay here in my planner. Go ahead and drop this dashboard back in. And on the back, I use this as a habit tracker, which you'll be happy to know if you've been thinking about getting one of these, that I have a meds and supplements version currently now in my shop. So I have a habit tracker, which is basically the exact same thing, except for it says habits here and habit tracker up here. But otherwise it is the same. But I know a lot of you guys kind of saw what I was doing and how I was using it and wanted it to be meds and supplements yourself. So I ended up putting that into my shop. So it's there now, and the way that I use it, I have kind of like my chronic allergy, asthma meds up here. Then I have my like supplements that I'm taking to hopefully create some changes. I have a skincare routine now, which I never had before, but now I have one. And then I have my symptoms. So like the different symptoms that I've had each day and how I was feeling, just so I can get a sense of what meds I was taking too, and then if they were helping or hurting, or if I needed something because of a reaction, that kind of stuff. It's kind of nice to have it all here on this one chart. Go ahead and put this back down. But yeah, so that is my health planner for November. Again, I have December moved in already and the tabs in their place. So let's move on to the next planner, which will be my daily planner. One thing else I will note, at the back of my health planner, I have a perpetual calendar where I actually put in my weight every day, as well as my daily step count, and then, you know, personal information too, like period tracking, that kind of stuff. But yeah, so that's all in here. We keep that kind of hidden again, a little bit TMI, I guess, and some information, and some I'm just, yeah, my weight is just, whew, yeah, nobody needs to see that yet. So we're moving on to my next planner, which is my daily. And it's not an actual daily planner, I just call it my daily, but it is my horizontal planner. It's like my, some people would call it a catch-all, but basically it's the planner where I do all my events, appointments, things like that, like my to-dos, tasks. We start off with the monthly pages. So again, the monthly pages are themed in the same theme within my daily planner. Just the weeklies will be different. And I do set this up in a plan with me video, so if you kind of want to see, I should probably do a plan with me for my health setup, so that would be a lot better. Because I feel like these are always really nice, but then my health planner is always just a hot mess. So I really need to maybe just do a plan with me for my health planner as well. But I really loved this theme. I was happy every time I turned to this page. My monthly is used for memory keeping. Sorry, I looked into the chat and I saw some things. So my monthly is used for memory keeping. I used to use it for scheduling the first half of the year, but I really like having kind of like a memory a day in my planner. And what I was using before was just not enough room. So I went ahead and went back to doing that memory a day here on the monthly versus, you know, like I had done that last year as well, and I really liked it, so I went back to that. And so I have that in here. I also like to track what TV I'm watching and what books I'm reading. Sorry, I keep smacking my my lips. I keep hearing it, and then I can't stop myself. I keep doing it. So I have, yeah, like those things there. Again, I really liked the look of this and how it turned out. Next, we have another option in my shop, which is actually called the month overview layout. It's a little bit different in my shop. It's undated. It also doesn't have anything that's about social. So this is social stats. It doesn't say anything there. This is just lined area here. These were customizations I added for myself, so I wouldn't have to do it every month. And then over here is basically the same. It's a nice long to-do list, and then habit trackers and open dot grid space. So I've been tracking some habits. I like to track when I go outside, because when you work from home, it can become a challenge just to leave the house. I have that. I have my AM PM skincare routine. I have my audiobook time. I try to fit that in when I can. And then personal just care. Mainly like, honestly, like showers, just doing regular showering and keeping track of when that is, or just, you know, personal hygienic stuff, just making sure I'm okay and not ignoring myself. So that is, you know, something I started tracking. I thought that was a good thing just to get an insight on and make sure I wasn't neglecting. So we have that here. I track my my followers and subscribers from YouTube and Instagram, and then just kind of get an overview of my overall stats for the month, as well as just some items I like to do for social that I like to do each week. So next we have my first week in the horizontal layout, and this one, again, like I said, I was in the fall vibes mood, so pretty much all of these spreads are going to feel very fall. This one was a fun one. I threw together some orangey, moody colored florals with some pumpkins, kind of get that pumpkin vibe going. And it was good. I added some washi tape, pretty simple spread, nothing like too unique, but very, I don't know, just a really good fall spread. I'll talk a little bit about how I use my spreads too here in a sec. Oh, this one was really good. So yeah, this is a good one to talk about how I use them. So I really, really loved the book that Amber came out with. Her shop is Planning Thing. It's an I Love Books sticker book, and so I was super excited to use that. I did this really cool, I don't know, I really liked it. This cool, like, kind of books on the wind blowing away, and I really liked the look of this overall and just being in this spread. So what I do is I tend to put in a checklist every day, as you can kind of see. I also like to have a focus area or focus box. So you'll see usually there's like some kind of box or some kind of space for some highlight for the day. It could be an event, an appointment, but it also could just be something I want to make sure I address that day. Did some stamping in here, got some washi tape. There's lots of fun with this one. I think I mixed in a Happy Planner sticker book for the quotes, but yeah, I just really loved being in this spread. It was really fun. And then next we have another fall spread. This one was kind of pumpkin spicy. I think called it something like pumpkin spice, or pumpkin spice latte. I really wanted to do an alternating day spread, and this one turned out pretty good. You can really see it as far as what I was going for. So basically you create the decor in the background and then kind of put some box stickers. So it's more like a collage with stickers on top. And then you have a blank one for the next one, or kind of like an empty, and then a collage, and then an empty, and then you alternate. So I really like this idea. It comes together really nicely with stickers that maybe are hard to combine, like small stickers. This one turned out really good. I just felt like I was struggling a little bit with how much orange there was on the spread. I think maybe if I had had some outlined boxes for these long boxes, it would have been a little bit easier for me to kind of absorb, but it turned out great. I was worried honestly about the color, but it turned out great as far as actually using it for checklists. It drew my attention, so that was good. And I did like the vibes and the feels of the spread a lot. And then the next week was Thanksgiving week, and I wanted to do a transitional spread for my horizontal as well, but I didn't feel like I could get there with what I wanted to do, which was this wreath theme. I was hoping to get kind of like more of the browner tones on this side and then more of the like red holiday tones on this side, but it just didn't work out in order for me to get the look I wanted with the wreath. But I still love this vibe. There's lots of red foil. I don't know if you guys can even see the foil. I'll try to like move it around so you can see, but there's layered florals here outlined in red foil, as well as this red foil washi. So it definitely had holiday vibes going and just came out really nicely in the end. Again, just trying to make sure I have functional space, of course, even with a design like this. So I like to build in space for minimum my checklist and hopefully some kind of focus area as well. And then this is the week that we're currently in. This one was actually a fun one as well. I kind of went with the Black Friday, Cyber Monday gift giving idea and did these cascading presents and gifts going down the page. Added again some mixed media, so I added some stamping ink in the background along with this washi tape, or it's actually a wall washi, real thick roll of washi that I added in to kind of be Santa's list or your gift list. I also did some stamping, which I'm a terrible stamper, so it didn't turn out how I wanted, but we salvaged it. Overall, though, really just a fun spread to be in. We're currently on Sunday, so again, I have some things that I still need to address, but there it is. And I'll go ahead and put this dashboard back in. And at the very back is where I put my schedule. So this is now where it used to be on the monthly, is now on this one-page single month schedule. I really like having it here kind of more condensed, honestly, even though it's not quite natural to me yet to know to go here to search. A lot of times I'll think to go to my future log sometimes and check there first. But I've been pretty good about keeping up with this. I'll also write in anything kind of significant on this spread. I don't really do that much, honestly, but it ends up kind of adding up over time when I fill in those little, play dates, I call them, but basically when I meet up with my friends and we work out together, those and just, other little snippets. I was also using this to track any bucket list items that I had completed, so I was writing those in here on the side. My holiday bucket list is currently in my holiday planner, so I'm doing something a little bit different over there, but overall this is how I am using the single page monthly, and it turned out really nice. Okay, so the last planner we're going to talk about is my hourly planner, so let's jump ahead to that. And my hourly planner I use for basically setting goals, time blocking, social media planning, so it's very much the workhorse of my planner. It tends to be much more functional, although I did add some slight decor in, as you'll see. And by slight decor, I mean some color and a sticker. Anyway, this is how the month turned out. For my socials. This is where, like I said, I track my social media scheduling. I put whatever posts I'm planning for Instagram usually here as checkboxes, and then anything that's like a highlighted line is my video that I want to put out that day. Sometimes things change. That's why I love friction markers. I can always erase. And then I also will use sticky notes when I'm in between ideas to what I want to do. But for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. The red is anything that's kind of like something special, like I needed to do a live promo for the live last month. So just making sure I get that up in my stories, that kind of thing. And then the Black Friday sale that I had. Also too, if I have ideas for themes, I've been trying to put them in the sidebar so I don't forget about them. Usually it's something that I come across when I'm looking through books and I want to use those stickers. I'll try to write it down. Okay, so the next spread is my monthly goals, and actually I'm still in it because I have a weekly tasks list that's still active, so I'm going to pull this out. But basically, I do a setup video on these as well. I just did December, or did I do December? Yeah, I just did December. So it's, yeah, right? Okay, sorry, I was like, oh yeah, I did it for the first. But basically, yeah, I set up 4 goals, and then I break those down into weekly tasks along with any other significant work type stuff that I'm going to have to do for that week, just so I have a real good sense of what's going to be on my plate for the week, and I can also transfer that into my weekly schedule. So it's a way to kind of get those goals into your daily routines, and I've really found this very helpful. I started doing it this year, and I am not looking back. It's really very, very useful. Some things that I do, I set up these two pages together as a spread and also fill it out with you. So if you just need some ideas on how to do goals, particularly monthly goals, do check that out. And then this is a spread available in my shop if you are looking to do something similar for 2024. Oh, let me put this dashboard back in. Sorry, you guys, before I forget. Okay, so this I'm going to go through real quick, but I'll just talk about how I'm using them. So like I said, I keep it real simple in here, much more functional than the rest of my planners. I put a sticker down and some color, but basically I'm using this color coding method to keep track of what I actually did each day. And at the top is basically the main tasks, work tasks that I have for the day, anything else that's significant that I need to pay attention to. I also have my video schedule here on the side, just kind of keeps track of the production of the videos, and then any kind of this week items that, again, I need to pay attention to. Sometimes I'll put a priority up here for the week if there's something I need to be thinking about, but sometimes I leave it blank. It's kind of a new system that I've started this last fall, and I'm still working out the kinks, but I really like that. Like I said, I color code, so let's go ahead and flip to the next page. Basically, what I end up doing is time blocking ahead of time, and then as the day goes through or at the end of the day into the next day, I will actually write in what happened. So I'll show you how I'm doing the time blocking beforehand, but that's basically how I'm doing it. And then anything in black is more routine type stuff, more admin things that I do every week. And then anything that's in green is kind of rest or something that's more of a off duty. I also have anything in red that is a action item, something that I need to do physically, like leave the house, clean, work out. And then anything in blue is usually goal related. And that's been working out really nice because I can really see how much time I'm spending on my goals each day throughout the week, and also like maybe why I didn't get to the goals that I wanted to that day, and assess that. Also how much time is being spent on other things so that I can better plan my future goal time. So that's that. This is the next week. I changed things up a little bit as far as the decor. I didn't like this at all, so I ended up going back to how I had it before, but basically the same. So I'm going to flip through these next couple kind of quick. I did have a priority for this week. I put that in, and then I also put in highlights more here in red so I would know I had appointments, and then I had a meeting with a friend. Thanksgiving was this week, which is why I wanted to get everything done early, and so I was really kind of front loading my week so I'd have some downtime at the end of the week. I do see a note in the comments. Let me see. Will you be doing a 2024 goals video? I will. I will definitely be doing that. My plan for doing like all of the planner setup stuff for 2024 is going to be between Christmas and New Year's. So like I'll be doing the goal setup. I'll probably be doing a budget setup so you guys can see how I'm using it. Anything, related to that. I'll be doing like faith planner setups and stuff like that probably a little bit before then. But that week between Christmas and New Year's is where I will hopefully be able to put out videos every day. That's the plan. It's not going to plan right now, but that's the plan because I need to get a lot of stuff done. So I will definitely be doing a goal setup video for 2024. It will be kind of late though. It'll be in that week, so hopefully you're able to wait until then if you really want to see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is the week that we're in now, and like I said, I time block, but I use these sticky notes, these kind of like task stickies, as a way to pre-plan my week. So currently, all of the stickies that I have now, there's a lot of them are on the following week for, starting on Monday. But this is basically what I do. I I take it and I see, when I think I'm going to wake up, which is, my morning routine, and then I know about how long that's going to take, and then I will put in, what I want to get done that day. And I have sticky tasks for each of those things, which is really helpful. Honestly, it's really helpful, but I'm trying also to figure out how to do this more efficiently, because it's efficient as it is now, but also going back and rewriting things in isn't exactly that efficient either. I feel like it could be improved somehow. I'm still working that out. So again, my lineup is because I'm trying to figure out how could I do things better. I'm always trying to improve and make my life easier. So, but for now, this has been really helpful, and I will definitely keep this into 2024. Just not sure if it's going to be exactly the same or if I'm going to figure out something a little more efficient. But yeah, so I put in the sticky notes, and then if something changes, like if I decide to eat later in the day, or if I'm just not hungry, I can easily just move it down and then move something else into its slot. And I keep this open on my desk as I'm, as the day goes through, so I can kind of see where I should be and if things need to be adjusted. So that's really helpful, and the sticky notes are perfect for that. I do almost the same things every week, so having these sticky notes kind of pre-set up has been great. No problems with that. And I recently redid them all. I don't remember if that was in the October video or not, but I had done a full set and they were getting really kind of grungy, so I made a new set. I added some things I felt like I was missing. I do wonder if you guys have any tips on these, because the way I pick them up, I usually use the edge of my nail to kind of like get underneath them, but I don't know if you guys can see that, but like this morning routine one is getting like scratched off, and I don't know if you can see that at all, the way I'm holding it, but I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions for sticky notes that don't do that, I would be really appreciative. That kind of was what was happening before with my labels, because I did my laser printer to print the labels before. These ones I printed with my foam memo printer, which is a thermal printer, and I don't have it was chipping off on some of them before. So this one with the thermal printer I knew was going to be fine, so I went ahead and printed them on that. Long story short, just some things that I've tweaked along the way. And if you guys want to know anything else about my hourly setup and my time blocking, I did have a video talking about this hack that I did with the time blocking and the task stickies. I don't know what I called those before, not task cards, but the stickies that you use for the tasks. Anywho, there's a video kind of just discussing that and how I was going to use it, but yeah, this is how it's been in action, and again, I really think it's been really valuable. I've got nothing for the back page in this planner, so as soon as the week's over, it's just going to move out into its own planner, and we have December already moved in. So I have a January monthly in here from a Happy Planner, because I started pre-planning out my social, in case you're wondering about that. But I don't know if I doubt I'm going to actually use this. I got this Happy Planner for free, and I wasn't sure, or it was already set up, so I just thought I could use it for pre-planning my social media for January. The last planner in my book here, my Frankenplanner, is my budget. And again, something you guys might be unaware of is that I was going to make a budget planner, and it took me forever to get it done, but it's finally in my shop. It's there in all sizes except for HP Mini. So if you were looking to budget plan for 2024 and you like kind of a clean, simple design, it is in the shop finally, and it's based off of what I did this year. I just kind of took all the best pieces from this Noted Co planner that I got, also added some things that I felt like I needed, and tweak some things, but basically to do the setup that I basically did this year. So that is in there, and I'd be happy to get your guys' feedback on it too. I do a real simple budget style of planning. I don't get real in depth. So any suggestions you guys have for worksheets or things that you would like to see in future budget planners, let me know. I'll probably update it for 2024 with your suggestions. So, or not 2024, 2025 with your suggestions. I'm also thinking of doing an undated version, so it might come out a little bit sooner than that in case you want certain worksheets to mix in with your 2023 planner. So I have that all kind of paper clipped off because I'm not sharing that with live numbers, but I did do, like I said, a budget setup video that shows you how I'm using it with fake numbers in case you want to see just how it's being used. Finally, we're into the last two side tabs here. We have my reference section with another dashboard, and again, I kind of DIY'd that. Then we have what I call my long-term storage or reference. It's in my reference section, so it's my reference section. But there's broken down into subcategories. I have my personal and business, social, and education. So my personal, I have these dashboards that I made last year, which are a vellum overlay with a printed stock photo and then a little fun kind of collage in the back, a holiday-based collage. The next one for business, again, another vellum dashboard with a stock photo backer and another collage. Then I have my social, same type of thing. And if you want to see how I made any of those, check out last year's holiday planner setup for 2022. And then finally, we have my education section, which is basically learning, anything that's like notes and learning reference type stuff, with another vellum. And this one has a dashboard. No black here. I can show you that I have a books to read short list here. I kind of cleaned this out recently because my planner was so chunky with my holiday planner in it, so it's a little bit lighter than it normally is. And then we've got my notes section here, another dashboard I recently added in the holiday setup this year. Some notes paper, not very much. A holiday folder that I made last year for 2022, and some stickies for my holiday planner in the front. And then also a little place to hold some of my social media planning stickies. Another pen loop, and my back DIY'd cover. So that is my full setup right now in December, and you guys saw all of my November. After the pens, I have, like I said, a few that I still need to move out, but basically that is it. I don't see any questions that I need to address, so that should really do it, friends. If you have anything that I missed or that I didn't address, again, you can leave those in the comments below. I would be happy to answer your questions then. Okay, let's wrap it up. So thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, to go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch, and think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and we will see you next time. Bye.